Hi everyone, welcome back to another video and I hope you all are doing well. I keep changing the arrangements, be it anywhere in our apartment, especially in the kitchen, until I feel satisfied that this is the perfect place for everything. I had a small space to keep rice sacks and other flowers. Here I can't find the right place for it, so I need to buy a rack for it. Until then, it will be kept on the countertop and in a basket on the floor. It doesn't look very neat, but I'm not in a hurry right now. I will be arranging some other areas and make some space. Accordingly, we'll do the rest. It's been ages since I have used my air fryer and stand mixer. What I realized is that anything that's kept inside the cabinet remains inside forever. Now that I have enough space on the countertop, I can use it often. Someone had commented in my previous video that this kitchen resembles our Kerala home kitchen, and I guess it's because of the black countertop and also the white walls. White is neat and clean, but it needs to be maintained well to look that way. I used to use the stand mixer for making dough, and I remember I used to prepare cinnamon rolls very often. Not just cinnamon rolls, but lots of dough recipes, be it sweet or savory, and I'm using it in this video in the later part that you'll see in some time. My kitchen is partially organized, I will say. I will still keep changing the places and I shall keep you updated in my videos. It was Thursday and we had our dinner at a Chinese restaurant. I love momos and I enjoyed it in this restaurant. If anyone from Muscat has any idea where we get the best ones, do suggest them in the comment section. It would be highly appreciated. I love how our new apartment has a space. I remember putting grains in the balcony of the apartment we lived during my childhood, that's in Qatar. There were lots of pigeons coming over to have it and it was a lovely sight. I hope I can get to see it here too. I know the tough time will be to clean their poop, but that's fine. Friday, after our usual breakfast and home-cooked lunch meal, I wanted to make something sweet and healthy for the evening as a snack with tea. As usual, it's always a banana cake that I prepare when I have overly ripe bananas lying in the basket, so I don't have to add sugar. Surprisingly, my kids enjoyed the snack. Rihan is a bit choosy, but he too had this. To around 4 or 5 mashed ripe bananas, add half cup curd and half cup oil and mix well. Add a teaspoon of vanilla essence, some raisins and walnuts. To this I added 1 cup whole wheat flour and a teaspoon of baking powder and mixed it well. I needed a bit more flour, so I added half more cup of wheat flour. I used my silicone baking tray. Just for a garnish, place a few walnuts and raisins on top. Bake in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 25 minutes or until a skewer comes out clean. I won't say this is the tastiest banana bread. Here instead of egg I added curd and flour was replaced by whole wheat to make it healthy. The texture is a bit different this time, not like how you get bread. Anyways, we all enjoyed having it in the evening. My plants have got tangled, especially the money plants that have grown so long. Though this is not a money plant, this is also another climber plant that has grown so long. The shifting has not done great with the plants. Though I have untangled it, I need some stand or hook to place or hang these. In the early apartment, there was space inside on the window side. Here it's outside. I can't place the pots unless it's safe and secure so that it doesn't fall off. Dosas and idlis are my favorite breakfast, and not to make it just plain, I add a few pulses or lentils that it becomes healthy. And these days I don't have the patience, or I keep forgetting to grind for the batter to ferment. So all I do is add rice and a mix of lentils, wash them well, then add cooked rice and filtered water. I will grind this in the morning and then prepare dosas. Now fermenting the batter makes it soft and tasty, but this way it is equally good, and I guess it's because it has extra flavors from the lentils and pulses. I sometimes make it a thick batter or sometimes semi-thick. It's been a long time since I made onion tomato chutney. We go to veg restaurants for breakfast and they serve it along with coconut chutney and sambar. I used to make the onion tomato chutney almost every time earlier. Had already prepared a bit of egg roast, so a little bit of chutney will add to the quantity. Heat some coconut oil and add all the ingredients, that's shallots, garlic, tomato and curry leaves. Now here, when the tomatoes are soft, you can add Kashmiri red chili powder. If you want, you can skip the red chili and go for green chilies. But red chili will add a bit of color. Let it cook for a couple of minutes. If you have a hand blender, you can grind the mixture to a chutney while it's still hot or warm. But if you're using a mixer grinder, make sure it has cooled down a bit or else the lid will pop. And make sure you don't add water while grinding. This chutney will taste best when it's made to a paste or a bit of chunks without any extra water. I love to serve hot crispy dosas for my family, but it doesn't happen when I keep this for my kids' tiffin. Rihan was excited to have hot dosas as he kept telling me how soggy the dosa would be when kept in tiffin. I don't mind eating last after serving them because I myself need hot dosas. When I start eating, I don't have to worry about them, so I eat last. It's weekend when I sometimes enjoy preparing sweet treats for my family. Weekdays are really busy, so I don't think much about cooking that time, anything special. Anyways, I was craving for Leches cake, and that too not the simple one. I wanted some flavor in it. Had a lot of tangerines in my fridge, so thought of making a cake first, then decided to make the Leches cake out of it. Remove the seeds from it and squeeze out the juice. This yellow squeezer cum strainer is from IKEA. There's a tiny strainer below that can hold the seeds. I'm keeping that aside. Meanwhile, in a mixing bowl, add 2 eggs. Then goes half cup of sugar and half cup of oil. You may go for melted butter if you want. Beat this on high speed till the color changes. Then goes in quarter cup orange juice and vanilla essence. Beat on high speed for a minute again. Now add the zest of 1 tangerine. Make sure you don't grate the white part inside, just the top orange layer. If you want, you can boil the peel for some time. Cut them into tiny chunks and then add around 1 or 2 tablespoons of it. Then goes in all-purpose flour 1 cup, 1 teaspoon baking powder and half teaspoon baking soda. I had added half more cup of flour, so here totally I added 1.5 cups of flour. This is done. Pour this into the baking tray and tap a few times. Bake in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 25 minutes. I do have a cup more of orange juice. To this I added around 3 or 4 tablespoons of sugar. Take out the cake after baking and you can see it's done. Poke the cake here and there. I'll be pouring the orange juice on top so it helps to soak well. Keep that aside. I wanted to remove the baking paper from below and transfer it to another glass tray, but unfortunately that didn't fit. Kept it in the same tray. This is evaporated milk. Pour some on top after the cake has absorbed all the orange juice. If you don't have evaporated milk, the normal milk will be fine. This will gradually get absorbed, or even if not, it will after we slice. Before that, prepare the whipped cream that needs to be as the top layer. Whisk some whipping cream and whipping powder to give it a good texture. Add this to a piping bag and spread on top. You don't compulsorily need a piping bag, but this gives an even layer. Now while serving this cake, pour the mixture of evaporated milk and condensed milk. It will taste divine. Slice and serve immediately if your family has no patience, or else chill this in the refrigerator for some time, and also the milk mixture. We had this again the next day, and the chilled cake with chilled milk tasted really good. And that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Do try the recipes and I'm sure you will enjoy them. Take care everyone. Bye bye.